Hello everyone. Welcome to our random lives. Welcome to our random lives. Nothing planned. Cause again, like I always say, when I plan it, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, oh my goodness, I gotta go live. So I like just jumping on. Thank you for being here. Of course, afterwards, I will upload this video to all of the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, my blog, and then we'll also have the podcast coming very soon. That's just the natural progression of things. I know everybody has a podcast, but why not send it there so that you can listen to it while you're driving or listen to it while you're taking a shower? Because we be talking about some good stuff. All right, so let's get into it. Hopefully you can hear us okay. Again, I am D. I can't just assume you know me. D is short for La Deidra, and most people just call me Deidra or D. This is Miss Kyra, and she's here assisting me.
Yes.
This is our admin day, so we're taking care of a lot of business. Thank you all for responding favorably and friendly to Miss Kyra as she contacted you today to, just inquire if you needed anything. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into the topic today.
Yes.
We are going to talk about healing. So I asked Miss Kyra what she felt about, most people say we're never healed, we are always healing. So how do you feel about that, Miss Kyra?
Yes, I said that we're constantly healing, and I said we also heal in stages, because I feel like you heal like from your childhood traumas or stuff, and then maybe you might get through that and see that you've been able to heal through that, and then also use that healing to get through, like towards your maybe some other things that happen to you in life as well that helps you heal as well. So I feel like you're constantly on a healing cycle, because things are constantly happening to you day to day that you have to like move forward from.
Yes. So I completely agree with that. We are always on a healing cycle. This is just my take on it. It's just my opinion. And like I say all the time, my perspective is not fact. It's not law. This is just my perspective for how I see it. So I totally agree with that, that we are always on this healing path. I feel like we are always healing something. However, as I posted, and I've already shared this with Miss Kyra, so it's not me cutting her down on camera. We've already talked about it. As I posted this morning, I feel like we can get to a level of healed. And I know that right now we're all in this self-care phase, in this healing phase, and everybody has gone through something. Everybody has been hurt.
Right.
So it is reassuring and comforting to say we are always healing, because it's like it doesn't leave you in a broken space. It feels like this may have happened, but I am moving past it. I am healing. I am working towards
a new thing, new goals.
New goals.
All the time.
All the time, and a better me. So I understand why we say that we're always healing. However, this is my take on it. Like I said, we've all been through some terrible things. I can think about some of the things that I went through where that is not reassuring to hear you are always healing. I want it in the rearview mirror. I don't want to be constantly working on this event that happened to me, that knocked me down, that made me feel so broken. So at times when I hear the terms or the statement, we are always healing, I feel like, and I know I'm not alone in this, like, when will I to get back to the point of being whole.
Right.
I want a wholesome life. I don't want to be a mosaic or a broken mirror that's constantly being put back together. At some point, I want to feel whole. So for me, I had to come to the realization that maybe that statement didn't work for me. And that is what this journey is about. That is what your spiritual journey is about, is doing what resonates with you, attaching to the mantras and the affirmations that resonate for you. There's no cookie cutter, this is for all people. So this is just my personal opinion. When it comes to the we are always healing, I don't like it. I feel like I can get healed. I can move past. Yes, I can move past this heartbreak. I can move past this divorce. I can move past this trauma. I can heal and be healed. Although I am always doing my healing work to stay in a place of balance, to stay in a place of peace, because my healing work makes me feel good. It makes me feel whole. So you have to think about what resonates with you. If you want to say, I am always healing, because it allows you to not feel broken and to get out and try again, even though you don't feel exactly like you felt before, I understand that. And that is for you. So always remember to attach to and inhale the air that's for you. Yeah, so what do you think, Miss Kyra?
I think also with healing, like if you didn't go through the things that you had to heal from, you wouldn't have been able to like move past it. Or like if those things never happened to you, you would never have like the opportunity to like heal yourself or allow for healing or allow for spiritual growth within yourself if those things didn't happen to you. So you are constantly healing. And you're being healed from other things, and you're allowing yourself to work past new things or difficult things that you maybe in your past life couldn't have been able to do before.
Right. I definitely agree with that. You would not be who you were if you had not gone through something that allowed you to take the broken rocks. I use a lot of parables, y'all. I like to talk in poetry. Take the broken rocks and stack them up to form your wall, your brick wall. You had to take those broken pieces. So I completely agree with that. We are always on a healing path. We are always healing some part of us. But when it comes to like holistic health and feeling whole, holistic means working on the mind, the body, and the spirit. Okay, we can heal the body while the mind is still in a place of healing. So let me give you an example. Say you've been in an abusive relationship where you were physically abused, mentally abused, financially abused. They spent all your money, drove your car, they wore you out, okay? And then you get to a point where you get the strength and you leave. That physical body, that bruise can heal. And you can get to a level of healing where it's like, my body is no longer in pain from this relationship that hurt me so bad. So, in a way, you are still healing, but you have healed the physical body. Then we go to the mind. You can go to therapy or do the services that are offered here, the Reiki and the spiritual counseling, life coaching, things like that, and get to a point where your mind feels settled and your mind feels healed and you feel whole. You are healed, but you are still doing things for healing, because the spirit, when it comes to your spiritual self, that's where the true healing happens. When you heal the spirit, you heal the whole person. So when we talk about the spirit, we're talking about like your understanding of life, the life within you, the energy that's flowing through you. Your spiritual essence is like, I am supposed to be here on this earth. I have purpose.
Right.
That's your spiritual body that's saying that. So we can heal. We can be healed, but we are still doing these healing practices to stay in a place of peace. Is my take on it. So but all of my clients are different. I have many clients who say we are on a healing journey, and I will always be on this journey, and I agree with that. So in a way,
what about some people who feel like they can't be healed? What do you say to that?
Yeah, some people do feel that, and again, there is always some level of healing. So the physical body, we know the physical body does not last forever. It does not last forever. So we can be working on someone who gets complete physical healing. The physical body comes back to baseline, and they're able to do everything that they could do before. There are other times where the physical body does not come back to that level, but the mind is more at peace than when the physical body was, at 1,000. Okay? So let me explain. A lot of people feel like when they're physically healthy, they are healthy. But mentally and spiritually, they are not healthy. They're questioning their purpose in life. They're questioning their whole existence and what's the point of all of this. So then you might be in the gym every day, you might be vegan, you might be vegetarian, you might just be getting it and have all this physical strength, but you're not paying attention to how you feel inside. The mind is sick, the spirit is sick, but that body is strong. Now you got this same person that, this is just a scenario, this is not a real person. They get into a car accident or something, they hurt their leg. Now they can't work out as much. So the physical body needs to heal. But that leg being broken gives them time to sit down.
And say, well, what's really going on?
What's really going on? I was just going and going, zooming to this party and that party and this gym and that gym.
Didn't take the time to really look and feel like, what's going on in my mind?
Yeah, I didn't take the time to figure out why am I zipping and going and really not just having any true peace. But I feel like I'm healthy because I'm vegan and I'm in the gym and I'm pumping, And so that leg getting hurt gives them time to sit down, recenter, rebalance. And a lot of times we go through that dark night of the soul where it's like, why did this happen to me?
Yeah.
And we get so down and so low. And if you've ever gone through that, when you go through that, it's gonna be a come up. I promise you. I've gone through it. She's gone through it. We've all had that time, and you might have it again. I don't want to scare you, but you might have it again, because when that happens, we are only going up, because you can't do nothing but go up.
Somebody said something.
Somebody said something.
You can't become strong being vegan or vegetarian.
Oh. I'm not gonna touch that. Okay, who said that? Okay. I'm not gonna touch that because people gonna get mad. But I am not a vegan. I am not vegetarian. I will touch on that a little bit, but thank you for your comment. But I'm not gonna touch on that. I'm gonna touch on that a little bit, because when you say the word holistic, like I said, it means health. It means mind, body, and spirit. So when you live a holistic life, a lot of people feel like that's what you eat. They'll be saying, I'm living a holistic lifestyle, and they're vegetarian, vegan, or just they eat very healthy. But why do we have so many healthy, super healthy eaters who are depressed or sad? The holistic life.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Depression, it will make you sick. It'll force you to isolate.
And to add on to that, the holistic life is supposed to be fulfilling. Holistic, you're supposed to feel whole. So if it's all about what you eat, which what you eat is very important for a holistic life, but if that's all that it's about, why are we still depressed and have all of these diagnoses and just don't feel ideal, but we're the ideal healthy eater, because it's about more than that, y'all. So you don't have to feel perfect. Every time I get a new client or I speak with somebody and they want to talk about the holistic life, they're like, I stopped eating meat, I stopped eating this, I don't eat nothing sweet, I don't eat no bread, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, I'm going holistic. That's not it. Holistic means,
because it is bigger than that. The craving is something else. You're trying to fulfill something else. The craving is
exactly, and we have to think about where that craving is coming from. And like I told y'all, I will always keep it real with you. If you look a couple posts back, I said that something about I don't always eat right, but I still feel like I'm living a holistic life, because a holistic life means I work on my mind, my body, my spirit. Like she said, I try to understand why I am eating something that makes me not feel good physically, or it makes me feel bad later on. Like, why in the crap did you eat all of that? And I have to think, okay, I was either bored, or I didn't drink enough water, I was dehydrated. I have a sweet tooth, y'all. And you know, there's a reason. You can psychologically break that down, why people have sweet tooth. Sugar is addictive. And to be honest with you, my husband often says this to me. I think I saw him come across some of the people that logged in. He sent some little hearts, thank you. But he says this often: you always talking about addiction, but you're addicted to things too. And I'm like, for sure. Real talk. I'm addicted to stuff. I'm addicted to massages. I'm addicted to Reiki. I'm addicted to my tea. I'm addicted to feeling good. So that's what puts me addicted to sugar, is because it's a good feeling. It feels so good. I go to that gym, I'm getting it. I'm addicted to music. I'm addicted to working out. So you have to think about what you're addicted to and why, and pluck off those things that are not healthy addictions. You are still living a holistic life if you do something that's not perfect, okay? You're still living a holistic life. We got another comment. So I wish I could join you guys real quick. We're just sitting here chatting it up. It ain't nothing serious. But yeah, we'll be doing these impromptu lives. It might get more scheduled as we, push out the podcast, and we're gonna have some good topics. Of course, if you have any ideas about what you want us to talk about, shoot it to me. I don't like DMs, y'all. I don't like them. So she looked at me like,
drop your comment in the live.
How you gonna tell me to send you a message?
Drop your comment.
I don't like DMs. Don't send me a DM. Drop your comment on this post when I post it, because those DMs, it's just too much. It's a lot of people in there that's just wanting to talk, and just I'm really busy with my clients and getting a lot done. And I can't just respond to the DMs. It's like, look at this video. Look at what they're talking about.
Gotta respect your time.
Yeah, I can't just respond to those and just chat it up with you. So if it's about business, I do try to respond to the DMs every now and then. But I prefer you to be on the main page so other people can converse. Because
that's nice to have a conversation.
Exactly. And we probably got the same questions. So it's no point in sending it to me in a DM, and then I'll have to...
Because somebody else can answer your question.
Somebody else can answer your question. Thank you, Miss Kyra. So, yeah. But if you have any topics, I'll do a little post where you can drop your topics on there. I promise. I promise I'm not mean. I'm just real. I'm not even a sharp shooter, because I'm super nice. It just at times I just gotta say it like it is. And what I don't like and what I do like.
Is your page?
To make sure that, I'm not getting too drained, because at the end of the day, if we get too drained, we can't do what we gotta do. And I do owe it to the clients to be, with the best energy. So where I can cut corners and say, I'm not doing that because it drains me, I do that. And like I tell y'all, you can create your ideal life, your ideal career, all of that. Get the book. It's in the book. All right. Anything else you want to talk about, Miss Skyra?
Healing holistically.
Healing holistically. Yep. So healing holistically means we're going to think about the body first. We always think about the body first because that's when we start to pay attention, when it manifests in the body. When my hand starts to hurt, that's when I'm like, oh crap, my hand is hurt. Okay, but then I go, doctor, fix my hand. Something's wrong with my hand. It's probably carpal tunnel. It's probably this and that. But when you break down every disease, right, it's caused by stress. Physical stress, mental stress. Physical stress is you've been typing too much. So even when you go into carpal tunnel, you've been typing too much, or you've been massaging too much, or you've been stressing too much.
To where your body gotta shut down and tell you it's hurting.
Your body gotta tell you, because you ain't listening. You ain't paying attention to your body, so your body gotta say, yo, it literally has to bite you and say, don't you hear me talking?
Right.
Since you don't hear me talking, I'm gonna bite you. And then you feel that pain. And you like, okay, let me tell the doctor. But then we go fuss at the doctor. Why can't you figure out what's wrong with my hand? A lot of people are like,
you gotta figure it out.
It's you, yo. I mean, like, you are incompetent. I've had all these x-rays and this MRI, and you never thought about the fact that you are stressing yourself. Because yes, healthcare providers are there to help us. And yes, they are very efficient. But at the same time, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, no doctor can fix your problem, whether you're properly diagnosed or improperly diagnosed. So, up in here, I need to talk right. I do a whole lot of blending. In here, I think the battery is about to die. So we'll wrap this up. But in here, this is integrative healthcare. It's complementary, holistic therapy. So you got to think about the body. When you think about the body, think about what you mentally did or what you physically did to stress yourself out. Work on that. Think about your spiritual self. How you feel about life. How you feel about yourself. How you feel about your body dysmorphia is really a spiritual thing. When you feel like, oh, I'm not cute enough, or I'm not.
Yeah, you're degrading your own self. You're supposed to love yourself.
Yeah, that's a spiritual issue.
Yeah, it is.
So you got to break all that down to start healing holistically. But I think we're running out of power. So we'll get back with you next time, probably on another Tuesday.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Have a good one.